Alright, attempt two. My first attempt stopped after 3 minutes because I ran out of storage space. Apparently, the last like 50 something videos I've done were just sitting in my trash folder on my phone, and so they were taking up space. It's probably at least 15 hours just sitting on there. Um, well, hopefully now I can go through the whole thing. Back in the dorm, it's the 1 day break of fall. Looks like the rest of our roommates had planned because I haven't seen them since like this afternoon. Let's see. I just went over all this stuff. I should be able to get through this pretty quickly. I got up around noon because I didn't have to get up for anything, and I just burned time mostly like sorting through stuff on my computer or trying and failing to play games. I watched Jaws because that had been on my mind recently, and I don't think I've actually seen it before. The first half of the movie is like pretty boring actually. At first I was a little bit disappointed. And I thought I was gonna be like watching The Birds or something where there's like some action, but it's just hasn't aged very well. But the second half picked up a little bit more, and it was pretty entertaining. Because of the holiday, places like the Junction Marketplace, which I normally go to, are closed. And so for the first time in like weeks, I actually had an incentive to cook. So I made Southwest skillet. I'd show you the Southwest skillet, but I ate it all during the last video, and I'm trying to get everything deleted. So there's nothing left over here. I'd have to go grab more from. I guess I can go walk over there. It's a little bit disappointing. I thought I might have done something off, but I didn't see any like flaws in my cooking, and I don't think anything was expired. I was pretty cautious about that because it'd been a while. I did add some basil, and that helped. But yeah, I should add salt. I bet the recipe didn't include salt, and that's why it feels off. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna add some salt to it. Trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, today hasn't been very exciting. Tomorrow will be more interesting because stuff will be back open, and Sid is planning on showing up around 1s. Man, I feel like there's something else I forgot to mention that I included last time, but I can't think of what it was. No, I think just last time I was ranting a little bit more about Jaws. When it cut off, so I'm still thinking about that. I think I've covered everything. Yeah, what I did today? I got up, I tinkered around. Sorry, I tinkered around on a line of cards because I do that when I get really bored. I know Blake has his choir thing because he texted me about it, but obviously I'm stuck up here. I hope everything goes well, or has gone well by the time. It's already finished by now. It's like 8. Yeah, I hope it went well, and I love you. Let's see, yeah. I'm trying to think of interesting stuff, but today's just been really quiet. Not quite as quiet as when I first moved in, although it is kind of reminiscent of that. But, Paul's still here. Yeah. Oh, I know what I forgot to mention. Um, Last time I recorded this, so I had one piece of homework I had to do this morning, because for some reason it was locked, so I couldn't do it yesterday. But it was a quiz on what are we gonna do in lab on Monday for biology, and you know, we're doing like the extraction and purification of DNA. It's like kind of cool. It's a lot of steps. And after I went through all the information of here's how we're going to do it, and here's what's already been done, and here's like the different machines, I had to do a little quiz on it. And there was this little bit that I just thought was funny that I'm sure no one else would find funny, but I found it quite entertaining. And that was so the thing we're trying to extract DNA from is a bacteria that lives inside of plants. Because like the study we've been doing across the weeks in our lab is how does the presence of these bacteria affect like the growth of plants? They're endophytes. Um, and so one of the questions was when we do the DNA extraction and we're now trying to study it, what DNA are we looking at? And two of the options were like kind of made sense. No, one of the options kind of made sense. One was pretty obvious to get, and the other two, one said we're just pulling DNA from the chloroplast, and the other one was a gene that's only in mitochondria. Now, chloroplast is funny because it's a bacteria. It doesn't have those in the first place. Mitochondria is really funny because it has its own DNA, which means even if we extracted it perfectly and we read the entire thing, it would tell us nothing about what bacteria it is because it's a completely different set of DNA. Or not bacteria, what fungus it is. Because, yeah. So, I thought that was funny, but I don't think anyone else will. I think that's now everything covered. So, I'm going to leave it here. Oh, it's like 7 minutes. Yeah, so deleting everything did work. Yeah, I'll leave it here. I'm going to wish you all a lovely night, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. I love you. Bye-bye.